back to another episode of the Commissioner's Report, a CGI Madden League podcast. You are here tuned in with us. I am the head commissioner of the CGI Madden League, the game 836. You can follow me at @the_game 836 on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course you can follow my streaming pages, which is YouTube and Twitch. The CGI Madden League, of course, we're Madden League. On Madden 21, we've been active since Madden 16, so good 6 years now almost. And I am joined here on the Commissioner's Report by my co-commissioners. I got three of them. We squatted. So we'll start with the Solution 113. What's going on, sir?
What's good, my brother?
Ain't nothing, man. It's been we are more than halfway through season 1, and it's been a grind for all four of us in different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Most definitely.
We'll get a little deeper into how those ways are different as we go along. I'll bring in my other co-commissioner. We call him Wakanda. His PSN is Mad88 Titan Thanos. He doesn't need an introduction. It's Wakanda.
Thank you. That does my heart well.
What's up, man? You good?
Yes, fellas. It's good to be back on the podcast to talk sports with you guys.
Yeah. We haven't done an episode since we did our live episode, which was right before the season started. We did the live team selection reveal. So that was fun. We did that live on YouTube. You know, we're on almost 2 hours into that. It was like 1 hour and 40 maybe.
Yeah.
We had a blast. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
The chat was popping. It was crazy. We definitely going to do a live episode again sometime soon. And then our other co-commish, you guys know him as the Enforcer. Red Boy Lightning, he is here. He's bringing the hammer with him. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Glad to be back on the Commissioner's Report, man. Waiting to give CGI another good episode, some good content for the league, man.
There we go. You like to hear it. Speaking of good content for the league, we are actually in the midst of starting up our secondary league for the second year in a row, CGI Gridiron, and you are the commissioner, the head commissioner of CGI Gridiron. So just wanted to shout that out, say congratulations to you. That league will be started by the time this episode is live. So, look out for things to come from CGI Gridiron, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. This is our alternative affiliate league for all of the people that want to get into CGI, but the slots were filled because, we're in high demand, being the great league that we are. So this is our second year on our
say that again.
League.
He said, "Speak on it."
For as we all know, man, CGI is one of a kind when it comes to online franchises and Madden leagues as a whole. We just bring y'all just dopeness every time, every year.
Yep.
For the last 6 years, man, it's going to continue, and we're going to try to duplicate as best we can. We'll probably come short, to be honest, but we're going to try to duplicate the CGI experience and Gridiron for our users, our up-and-coming prospective users that may one day make it to the big leagues for the CGI Madden League, man. So definitely excited. Big shout out to TC Green 25, co-commish, the Dream Kid co-commish, and also these two brothers in here, man, Mad88 Titan Thanos and the Solution 113.
There you go.
Appreciate you
We
guys.
are together. We ain't together, yo.
In summary, I think from that we got a new slogan: CGI equals dopeness.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like that joint.
That might be a new slogan. All right. So cool. So you know how we always start the show out. First of all, if you want to, you can follow us to read more about us at CGI Madden League on Twitter. We're also on YouTube, which is Clutch Gene League on YouTube. We're hoping we might be able to do some stuff on that soon. I'm working on some things in the background. We haven't talked about it yet, but
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Call it a tease. We might be using the YouTube more coming soon.
All right.
Keep an eye out on that.
All right.
But you know how we started off. We always started off with our State of Madden 21 topic of the week. We actually got 2 topics we're going to talk about this week. The first one will be kind of quick on. The second one we want to get a little more in depth. But the first State of Madden 21 topic of the week, we just want to talk about some of the glitches and issues that this game has been dealing with since it has launched. Really, this is just going to be my pedestal to talk about the stupid throw into the tight end glitch. But I'm sure there's others that you guys want to talk about.
Listen,
bro.
The throwing to the tight end is a bad glitch, but there is nothing worse than when you come out in 3-4 and your fucking corner is at linebacker and your linebacker is at corner. Like, that shit is so infuriating because you already know if the person gets the right coverage on that, like reads it right, you're cooked.
Oh,
you
of course.
cooked. And you seen it. You seen it yesterday when I played. Who did I play yesterday?
Keys, the Seahawks.
When I played Keys, and my corners they left his receiver. Like, they legit left his receiver. Safety left his receiver, and it was in the man cut. I ran a quarter zone. I ran a quarter zone, dog, and they left him. And that is the most frustrating shit. That is extremely frustrating. Extremely.
I'm only gonna say this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You can finish up.
It's trash.
There you go. In summary, it's trash.
It's trash.
I'm only gonna say this because the desk that I'm sitting at is made of wood, so I'm gonna knock on this wood real quick. I haven't had that happen to me yet. the linebackers and corner switching. I haven't had that happen to me. But I think one of the things we found out is derived from is using cornerback matchups is a part of it, because they've mentioned in a couple of recent patch notes that that's one of the things that they've addressed. But from what I understand, it's still happening with one of the matchups. And by that, we're talking about, like, you can match up your cornerbacks by speed, match them up with receivers by speed, by overall, by route running, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that glitch was linked to that, and it sounds like it's fixed in some aspects, and then it's not in other aspects. So who knows? I don't use that feature, so I never have dealt with that issue. But that's just one of many since this game is launched that this game has dealt with, and it's frustrating. It seems like every midweek there's a new patch. I don't think we've ever seen this many patches in the first 2 months of a game's release, a Madden's release. So that doesn't. The other games have their other things going on, but it's definitely disappointing. It's frustrating.
It's one of those
broken game out there.
Say that again, Solution, bro.
They keep giving us a broken game, and they know it, and it's like they just trying to meet the date and say we're going to throw it out there, and then eventually we'll just drop some patches. They'll be okay, yada yada yada. But the patches don't ever seem to fix anything, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of times it breaks stuff. It breaks more stuff. Yeah, there was the patch where they were supposed to fix. They fixed something. I don't even remember what it was, and somehow they ended up breaking the ability to make catches using the rat catch button, the run after catch button. So for I believe 2 days we had everybody dropping their rat catches before they fixed it again.
Yeah, I experienced that. Yeah.
You know what's another weak ass glitch? I said it before in our commish chat. When y'all do practice, when y'all do the practice and you're about to get gold and you do a possession catch and it says you didn't catch.
I haven't seen that. No,
that don't happen to me today. Actually, I just noticed it today.
You'll be.
And I had to get a right. Well, for me, I had to get a first down, and my dude, I ran a post, and he was like 15 yards, ahead of the sticks. Possession catch, and says,
"You're kidding me, man!"
Like, come on,
bro. That's happened to me like 2 or 3 times. Like,
bro. Yeah. It's just like, what the hell? Like, come on, yo. But listen, man, as long as we keep buying it, they're not gonna fix it because their product is potent.
Yeah, the money that they bring in on a consistent basis, especially because of Madden Ultimate Team and buying packs of cards, and now they got the yard and people are buying John Geiger arm sleeves. I don't even know who John Geiger is. I'm sure he makes more money than I do, but
it sounds expensive, but I don't know who that is.
It's just crazy, man. This game has a constant income source, and there's nothing we can do about it because we're a part of it.
We're a part of it. We're a part of the train, man.
So
man, what are you gonna do?
I just pulled up something.
Okay.
It said Madden 21 sales improved 20% year over year.
Oh my God!
It gets more than 17 million games played in the yard alone.
I don't even play that shit yet.
Oh
Have
my
footage on
Lord!
once.
That's in the yard alone. So that's another bread and butter that they're about to start.
Oh
Ultimate
yeah,
Team and the yard is about to be their go-to.
it's their version of the park, and 2K makes tons of money selling clothing items for the park and arm sleeves and headbands just because they got somebody's logo on them.
Right.
It's the same thing. It just is what it is. We are suckers.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
We are
Yes,
suckers
we are.
and fiends.
Well, the our other topic of the week, this is something I actually, because these tweets that I found for this topic are old. They're from back in July. Yeah, July 4th. All right, so a few months ago, when the Madden beta came out for Madden 21, there was this trait that there was this Superstar X Factor trait that Earl Thomas had in the beta. It was called Film Study. And what the trait was I forget how you activated the trait, but it was one of those things where if Earl Thomas made a certain amount of plays, then he would be able to see the offense's play art on the field. Just like how if you're on offense and you hold R2 or RT, that you can see your play art on the field. Earl Thomas, once his X Factor had activated, you'd be able to see the play art on the field. And it caused a bunch of drama, a bunch of mess from all the competitive players, the players that play in the big Madden tournaments and championships and stuff. They all hated it for obvious reasons because they all call the plays at the same time. They all call the same plays over and over again. So of course they hate the trait. With that, there was this. I know some people in our league who would hate it too. With that, there's there's this guy that a lot of people know, some people may not. His name is Ryan Moody. He's at Shutdown Safety on Twitter. And he got to talking about the trait and talking about how I love how EA is talking about film study with Madden 21, but you can't even film study in this game in general. He started going into, some more football in-depth things about how, concepts and matching principles and receivers reading defenders and vice versa doesn't even work well enough in the game to match what actual film study is. My thought when I read the tweet was, okay, cool, you don't play in an online franchise, because to me, I think film study is kind of a thing. Sure, yes, it's probably not super in-depth like real NFL in a locker room film study is, or in a training room or video room, whatever it is, film study is. It's not going to be like that, of course. Obviously not. It's a video game. It's just not a good representation of that kind of thing. But don't you guys believe that film study with Madden in online Madden leagues and probably in competitive play too is a thing? Don't y'all believe that?
Absolutely.
I'd agree.
100%.
Absolutely. There's no way if you see Chris, Red Boy, Don, D, anybody for that matter who you feel like is a threat to you, if you see them streaming or something like that, you're going to watch their stream and try to pick up their tendencies and things of that nature. I mean, everybody pretty much runs their offense the same way throughout the season and stuff like that. They may tweak some things here and there and stuff like that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. I think film study is crucial, but execution is more important.
Oh, definitely.
Because you can know what a person is doing, but when a person knows how to execute it perfectly, you can film study all you want. Is they sticking to their system. Stick to the system. Stick to the run. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. But film study is definitely very, very important.
That sounds like the way you just explained that sounds like Red Boy to a T, where execution is so important to Red Boy's style of offense. Wouldn't you agree, Red Boy?
I would definitely agree. I pretty much do run the same system with all my teams, but I built all my teams with kind of like similar or the same personnel. I definitely think that scheme over team is a big thing for me. If you go with your bread and butter, you go with your concepts, your formations, your packages, your scheme is, if you stick to it over time, you'll build, more familiarity with whatever you like to do, and you'll get better at it and better at it and better at it and better at it.
Yep.
Get better every day at it. And I think that is what really makes the elite users, at least in our league.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, you gotta be like with what you're saying, you gotta be patient with your team too. You understand what I'm saying? Because right out the gate, everybody's team is not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, vicious out the gate. You understand? Like, with the Cardinals, I have to be patient. I wanted to trade for JJ Watt and things of that nature. But just thinking about it, I was just like, remember, I told you I listened to D last year because D was like, you like old players. And I was like, I don't really want to go into that mode again this year. As much as it would be cool to have J.J. Watt, an X Factor, and things of that nature, why not I just stick to what I'm doing? You understand what I'm saying? My team is not that bad. You know what I mean? Keep those picks and things of that nature and get some young guys across that D-line and have somebody there for 4 years to come that way. The scheme that I like to run, I can actually start generating pressure up front, or try to at least on a consistent basis, and I can have that consistent pass rush for the next 2-3 years and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So as far as an old player being a X factor, the only way I would trade, or I think that any good GM would trade for an older player that's an X factor, is if that's a missing piece to your team that could help you go far in the postseason or even possibly a championship.
Right.
That's why I think one of those type of trades is worth it, to acquire that guy that that's only going to be on your team to contribute at a high level for like 2 or 3 years, and that you would have to give up, a really good asset to get that player.
Yeah, situational.
Yeah, definitely. As far as film study and that ability, I think that ability would definitely make some of the guys that run the same plays over and over upset. But
or find a new play.
Or yeah. You got 500 plays, man. Use them. But I think film study is definitely a big thing. You pick up not only formations and route concepts, you pick up tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up tendencies to say, okay, if it's this down and distance in this quarter with the score like this, or even not even go to that, but if it's this down the distance, this situation from this point on the field, this user likes to go to this play. And if you see this formation, if you see this personnel package, you could kind of call a defense pre-snap coming out the huddle that will stop that play. And if you see that that's a different formation, you can easily audible and adjust. I think film study is a huge thing, especially in our league, because we have been together for a while.
Yeah.
We kind of know how players play and what their tendencies are. Like, for me, example, everybody knows what I'm going to do. Everybody knows I'm
I've been knowing for like the last 3 seasons. Well, the last 3 Maddens.
I'll be waiting for that strong close formation.
Hey,
I'm like,
bro.
here it comes. Here it comes.
The counter.
I wouldn't have a specific play,
left,
but I ain't gonna say it. It's a certain passing play that he loves to run. Can never stop that shit.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I love that job myself.
I know what you're talking about, bro. Half the league probably
everybody
knows
uses
what
it.
And
everybody uses it too.
Everybody uses it.
Oh man, everybody
because they see how good
it.
you execute it. They see how good you execute it. Like, dang, I can do that too.
And that's all it is. You know it's coming. You know where it's coming. But I just know how to execute it because I've I'm not gonna say perfected it. I've got it to a high level of execution over time, repetition, over and over again.
You know how you know film study is crucial? You know how you know film study is crucial? This Madden, when I came in, D, what did I say? I said I want to try to play with 3 or 4 different playbooks.
You did.
You understand? So that way, if people are watching my film and stuff like that, you know what I mean? When they see me picking my playbook and stuff like that, they're like, oh, wait, he's running with different playbooks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He didn't run this last time. He in a whole new formation this time. I finally broke down and created my playbook and things of that nature, but I'm still going. Yeah, oh my God! It took me 3 days. It took me 3 days.
It's a fucking hassle. I'm telling you, bro.
It took me 3 days.
It's a hassle.
But I'm still going to run other, like, you know, I love that West Coast. I'm telling you, bro, that West Coast playbook is everything. It is everything, yo. I love that playbook.
You know what? I want to say something about film study that a lot of people probably overlook too. It's good to look at your opponent as far as film study is concerned, but for me, what I've been doing probably the last 3 Maddens or so is looking at my own, all my games, and looking at, you know, tendencies or things that I can clean up, or just looking at the game in general, see what went wrong, see what plays that, okay, I think I called this play too many times, or you know, just different adjustments you can make by, you know, scouting yourself. Because if you could see it and you could tell, everyone else in the league can see what you're doing too, like you said. So it's good to always kind of check yourself, so to speak. You know what I mean? Instead of just going out there. Sure, we stream the games, but for, you know, game of the week purposes and things like that. But it's also good to go back and, I'm not saying that and look at the whole hour's worth of film, but, you know, scroll through it, go to the quarter where, okay, I had an issue here. I should check and see what I did or what I didn't do, yada, 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 so on and so forth.
Boom. I could not have said it better.
Absolutely.
That was perfect. Exactly. It does exactly the same thing for me. People, I know there was once a time where someone accused me of watching their streams, and that was the reason that I beat them. That indeed was not the case, because I was watching my own stream of when I played said person and looked at the film of me playing that person, not that person playing me. Because that's why I stream. I stream so I can go back and look at my own film.
Absolutely. Because when you watch your own stream, isn't it amazing?
That's a
Go ahead, Chris.
That is a good point that you make, because I do that almost every game I play, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even almost every CGI game I play. I may not watch the whole game, but I'll look at stuff that I did wrong and say, all right, I'm gonna go back and correct that, or say I'm gonna do something. And this is just a little gem I'm gonna throw out there. Actually, I'm not even gonna throw it out there.
Hold on, I got my phone out.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Notepad.
No, but watch yourself. Watch yourself on certain tells that you can give on certain formations, and try to give multiple different looks, multiple different plays out of not just the same formation, but the same personnel package.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Indeed. Like I said, when you watch your film and stuff like that, isn't it amazing all the openings you see when you're watching film? But when you're in the game, you don't see shit.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. The check down was there. He was wide open in the flat. I didn't see him. I'm looking downfield.
I've cursed myself out many a times watching my own film. Yes, so that is the thing. I mean, just to wrap it up. Again, this guy, the guy who tweeted "shut down safety," Ryan Moody. This wasn't the exact thing he was referring to, but I also feel like he didn't take this into account. You know, I don't think he's a online franchise guy or anything of that sort. I actually don't know what he does because he doesn't play competitively, and I don't know. all I ever see him do is complain about the game, which is fine because I support that. But you know, he just didn't take this into account when he made that statement. But I do think that this online franchises and league play where people are playing each other on a constant basis, you're playing your your 3 division rivals 2 times a season. You know, you're playing other people who place the same as you in different divisions multiple times throughout the course of the year, meeting each other and play. This counts towards what he's saying, and I go against what he's saying and think that you can indeed use film study. It might not be, again, it might not be the most in-depth thing. It might not look how it looks like in an NFL locker room or a college football locker room or even a high school football locker room. It might not look the same as that, but it's capable. It's a capability that we have to be able to film study in Madden using this shitty game.
Indeed.
So yeah, that's our State of Madden 21 topic of the week. Did you want to cap that off? You have something to say, Solution?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's our State of Madden 21 topic of the week. With that, we move on. Like we said, the last podcast we did, the last episode of the Commissioner's Report we did was the live episode where we did the team selection reveal. Obviously, now we are more than halfway into our first season of Madden 21, and it has been quite a wild ride so far. we have some teams that started really hot out the gate, and we're like, oh shoot, new year, new person. Okay. You know, Millie started 4-1 out the gate. Dizzle started 1-3. Now they're completely flip flopped. You know, like now Dizzle's 7-3, and Millie is 4-7. Like it's
right.
Mike started hot out the gate. Our Bears usually he started hot out the gate. He was I think 2-1 or 3-1 at one point. Now his shit's completely flipped. Like it's been a crazy season already.
Welcome to John Madden. Welcome to John Madden. And you gotta remember, man, in CGI, any given week you can lose. You can take an L. And with CGI,
don't I know it?
You could fall off. You can be going into the dominant position in your division, the conference, or whatever. But then them rails can fall off quick. You're like, God damn, I'm not in the playoffs no more. I'm not even. I'm about to have a top 10 pick. You know what I mean? I'm potentially going winless since that's everything everybody likes to keep talking about, even though that shit was last year.
how did that come up the other day? I don't even remember how that got brought up.
You know what, D? I'm ignoring everything this year. I'm saying if I address anything, it's going to be with nothing but politeness. I'm just going to be polite with everything. I could have said something, but I just said, you know what? Let me shut up. You know what I mean? I can't get to him, so let me shut up.
Put on the hater blockers.
But no, man, it could come off the rails.
I'm following suit. I'm doing the same thing.
You have to. We talked about that offline. We ain't gonna put that on the podcast. We talked about the solution. You missed that conversation, but we'll update you with that one.
Yeah, let me know. I need to get in on that meeting.
Yeah, I got you. We got you. But no, it's so competitive in CGI. It could fall off the rails quick. So you gotta be on your A game. Film study matters. You know what I'm saying? Switching it up. You know what I mean? I try to switch it up, but you know what I'm saying? It matters. All that stuff matters because it's a lot of good users in CGI. And even the people who are bottom tier, where we was talking about earlier in the year, where we were like they're not going to be good and things of that nature based off conferences, they playing tough. They playing tough. So you got to be on your A game.
Another thing you got to consider too is the first season is always kind of iffy because I'm not going to say we're learning the game because it's technically the same game from last year with a couple of tweaks, but people are still getting back into that mode. When we first started it, you know, some people were kind of like, okay, yeah, we're back in Madden mode. But then now we're halfway through the season. People revved up. They working on their playbooks. They practice. They in other leagues and things like that. So it's different. Everybody was raw when they first came out. You know, when the league first started, everybody was like, okay, it's a brand new year, yada, yada, yada. Now people are seeing tendencies. They're getting into their groove. You know, people are being exposed. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know, nobody in particular. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, we know. You know, solution good for the sneak dishes.
Oh, no. Y'all don't even want to hear my football takes, but we'll say that for the end. I always got to give y'all good football takes.
Let's do it.
Go ahead, Red.
Quarterback tapes, that is.
Man. It's good to have. That's what we ultimately want. We want CGI to be a toss-up. Like you don't know who's going to win what division year in year out. That's what makes it fun. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know. I encourage AJ. I encourage Sai. I encourage even Don. If you are a kid, whoever else is supposed to be considered, you know, quote unquote, elite user, man, I encourage you to lab up with someone who is considered not an elite user, man, and coach them up, man. Let's get this thing to where it's a dogfight in every division every year. Bunch of trash talk, bunch of competitiveness. I mean, I think that would be what's best for the league, man. I encourage all of you guys to do that.
Well, the two best rivalries so far this year, out the gate, is going to be you and Nikki P, and Don and Millie. Them the two rivalries that let's you know what, because I know in the segment we're going to talk about the power rankings and stuff like that. And when they were talking in the chat yesterday, it was a couple of days ago, I didn't quite understand the Don slander, and I wanted to chime in, but I was just like, let me shut up. You know what I mean? But I didn't quite understand.
This is your platform. This is your platform where you can talk on that. So go ahead.
Yeah,
let's open the floor for you.
I didn't really understand the Don slander, and I don't understand it because regardless of where the fuck he picks, it's not like he's picking it's not like it's his fault he gets that number of the spot of where he picks at, and whoever he picks, that's the team that fell to him. And Don produces ever since I've been in CGI, Don has been a threat. If he wasn't a threat, he was winning bowls. Like he was winning, he had a run. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't understand the Don slander. Like to say, well, he only's good with good teams. But Don made a great point. He was like, I won with the Patriots. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And by Madden standards, I don't think they was really that good. This year, he was blessed, but I feel like Don would have been good with any team. He turned the Bears into a contender. That defense was stout, but Don is one of my favorite users in CGI. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, he's a good Madden user. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't understand the slander. Now, granted, I don't know whether like Millie be joking and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to chime in, but I was like, let me shut up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up this year, guys. I'm shutting up. You know what I mean?
Good luck.
I'm shutting the fuck
we'll
up.
see. Look, this is just
mean?
season 1. We'll see how you fare season 4.
Solution. I'm shutting the fuck up. I'm shutting up.
Well, look, we'll see.
You know what I mean? But I just didn't understand the slander. And when I did the Power 10 rankings, like, I mean, he had every right to be at the top. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's undefeated with a team and things of that nature. And there's no disrespect to anybody, but not everybody would have been undefeated with the Chiefs. I don't know if I would have been undefeated with the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
He's a solid user. He's one of the best ones in users. He's one of the best ones in best users. And Don was one of the first ones to really start giving Kid a hard time. When Kid was winning all them times, Don was the first one to really start like giving people the blueprint on how to beat Kid. People forget that shit. People forget that.
True. That's
you
true.
know what I mean? So I just didn't know. I didn't understand the slander. But who am I? I don't know nothing.
I get the slander. I understand the slander because that's what in anything in life in general. When people are at the top, people are always gonna, take shots, throw stones at you, you know what I'm saying, and try to pick you apart. You know what I'm saying? I think Don does a good job of, for the most part, ignoring the noise. Because when you always winning, people don't go at Kid like that. So that would be a bad example. But I guess Red Boy, people who win a lot, people always have things to say or try to.
They tried last year. They tried last year. Remember?
So it's like, people gonna hate. People gonna have their opinion and have things to say when they're not in the same position. So I can never hate on the man. I mean, he got the Chiefs. So what? Like you said, the Chiefs are. I mean, us four got the Chiefs. That's a bad example because y'all are good. If I had the Chiefs, and let's say whoever else had the Chiefs, it wouldn't be an undefeated season at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm some shit, bro. I'm some shit. I just got swept by my division rival, man, in spectacular fashion.
Well, listen,
prime time with like 17 viewers.
I'm the 29th ranked offense in the league, so I'm some shit too.
Now with that record, your record says
what's your record though?
You just gotta win, baby. You just gotta win. But I put him on the power ranking. I put him at number 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't nothing personal. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just talking Madden. We're just strictly Madden. He's a solid user, and he's proven him. He's constantly proved himself. You know what I'm saying? And he's a consistent winner and things of that nature. And Red Boy, you're gonna have your hands full. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your hands
definitely.
full.
Definitely, man. I went into that just to speak on that since we talking on rivalries. I went into that first game with a certain game plan. Yep. I was executing that game plan in the middle of my second series. The best player on my team went down for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I had a game plan going into the second game. Was executing that game plan. And my quarterback missed at least 3, maybe 4 wide open touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Well, in all fairness to your
So,
quarterback.
I mean, not to make no excuses because we did give up 30-some points or whatever. But for a good portion of that game, we held him to 17. I really look forward. I hope I get matched up with him with a healthy Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I really hope I get to see that guy again.
Well, Lamar Jackson definitely makes a difference for an entire offense because with him on the field, you got to account for him.
You have to account for him, and it just opens everything else up.
Everything.
When you have to account for that, that's one more defender that's taken away from the rest of the defense. So now there's a void somewhere in that defense, and you best fucking believe I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's now with you saying that, another glitch. I don't know, with me, when I try to take off with Kyler Murray, he don't take off right away. Like I'm holding R2 and he won't run.
Does he have that ability?
Yep.
What is it?
Yep.
Escape artist.
Escape artist.
Yeah, he has it.
Yep, I got him
He
at
has
D6. He does.
Yep. I tried to when I tried to escape with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd be holding R2, and my R2 not broken. My controller's still fresh to death, and he don't move. He don't move. So they need to fix that shit too, EA. I need to take off with my man. That's what I got him for.
So many things wrong with this game, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nah, man. And then go ahead, D.
No, I was just saying. So, man, you guys are in some rivalries over there. Red boy, that's you got a lot over there in the AFC. The AFC is pretty stacked right now.
And then to speak on, I forgot, man, about student Don, dog.
That's I wanted to hear your piece on Don too. Yeah.
So like I said, I fully expect Don to win the Super Bowl year one.
Ooh.
Fully expect Don to win the.
Here's what I will say. I'm not mad at that take at all. But one thing about Don, for whatever reason, Nick P has his number. For whatever reason. Like, you know, his matchups is everything. Matchups is everything. As potent as that off it is, that Chiefs offense with all that speed, still his defense has the speed to match it. You know what I'm saying? And Nick P, he knows how to play Don. He knows that's the one person that I've seen give Don consistent trouble. How many times did Don beat Nick P last year?
Ooh.
I think like once or twice.
Oh man, I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
And wasn't they was in the same division last year? Right?
Yeah, they were in the same division.
So
they played twice every year, and sometimes they matched up in the playoffs. It was
I gotta look at that. We gotta look back at
that.
Yeah, but yeah, man, yeah. So damn, y'all just shitted on the NFC though. So nobody, y'all don't think the NFC goes.
In my honest opinion, I think anybody outside of Cam, if anybody outside of Cam makes it to the bowl, I think they would struggle against Nick P. I think they would struggle against Don. Kid is a toss-up because Kid's team could hold him back.
You think so?
I think Kid's team could hold him back. Even though Kid's great scheme over team guy, I think his team could find a way to hold him back at some point.
Dog, he has Kenneth Dixon at running back again. That shit is sick, man.
Yeah, he's fifth in the league in rushing too.
He is, bro.
He's sixth in the league in rushing.
Player. He is a system player for kids. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you find players that fit right into your system, right into your team, hold on to them, and you ride them till the wheels fall off. Dog.
I know all about that. I always try to get my guys, quote unquote, that fit my system that I've used before in the past that's been good for me. I always try to go back to them.
You know what's nuts? I don't think I ever like schemed for a system or anything like that. I just pick players who I think are good, and I do what Jason Garrett did and just plug them in.
You know, I take it.
Oh man,
I go deep down a rabbit hole, man. I'm going. You see how I try to skip right over that Jason Garrett comment? We can keep it moving. right over it.
Yeah. Don't.
But
good
look,
man for that.
Don't pick TJ Watt, Jason Garrett. Pick up Taco Charlie.
I thought that was a great move, man.
Bro?
That was a great move.
Oh my goodness, man. That's not even.
What the fuck?
But to talk about the NFC contenders, you know what I'm saying? You got AJ familiar with the familiar pick going back to the Bucks. He's starting to find his own groove. He played Don recently, and that was the
played today, I believe.
Yeah. Right. In fact, they did play today.
Don ended up winning, but
okay.
What I understand, it was pretty tight until the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, they played in the same division last year, too.
Yeah. They're both familiar with each other very well. I mean, I think AJ could match up well with Nick or Don if Nick or Don was to be the AFC representative.
Because you know him.
Yeah, because of familiarity. I think he'd match up pretty well with either one of them.
Yeah, and he's a solid user too. Well, we give him his props. He's a solid user.
Oh, definitely, he is.
Offensively, he's always been stout offensively.
He's got two X factor receivers and OJ Howard. That's really, really dangerous over there.
I think AJ was the first person I noticed in CGI that was probably like the wide receiver guru. Like he was the one that was originally like when you throw the deep ball, he always came down with the deep ball. I don't know how they do it, but I know AJ was one of the first people I knew that could throw the deep ball and come down with it with two double coverage, triple coverage, whatever. So God bless him. But yeah, he's NFC got some hitters. AFC is stronger. But D, don't try to sit over there in the corner and gloss like you ain't, you know what I mean? You stay trying to be humble.
I just it's not even about being humble. It's just realizing my limitations, and I just think I'm limited on offense right now. But 29th ranked offense. What is that telling you?
But see but you can play defense though. And, defense.
That's cool.
Defense wins championships.
That's cool.
And you got 3 running backs that can get it done. That's
cool. That sounds great. Like that's all logical and magical and inspiring. But be realistic. It's top defense is shutting down the way these offenses are running in this game right now.
That's true.
Look at the things that Nick P with the Steelers is doing, the things that Don's doing with the Chiefs, the things that AJ is doing with the Bucks, the things that DeMar is doing with the Saints, the things that Cam's doing with the Falcons, the things that Dizzle's doing with Terry McLaurin. Is the number 6 defense going to be able to stop that stuff?
He said Terry McLaurin. He didn't say the team. He said, look what he's doing specifically with Terry McLaurin.
I played Dizzle yesterday at G6, bruh. Chris Godwin had 9 receptions for almost 300 yards.
This is what I'm saying.
I was like, yo.
He has the ability to get the ball to the receiver that he wants to at will. He may throw some picks doing it. He may give up some points on the other end, but if he's going to go and get the win with his receiver, he's going to go do it. And I just don't, I just think I haven't played anybody who's forcing it like that yet, and I don't know how I'm going to stop it at this point. So how can I bank on that right now?
In our conference, all our heavy hitters is gunslingers.
I'm very aware, and I don't have to play any of them so far this season. So I haven't been tested in that way, except for the Saints. The Saints is the only one I've played who's one of our conference gunslingers, and I mean, I literally didn't get a stop on him. He ran up and down the field the entire game. So I personally know my limitations. I know y'all just see the 8-2, and y'all just see the number 6 overall defense. I appreciate that. Thank you guys, but I'm the one behind the sticks, so I know.
I understand, man. I know how you. I get it. I understand because you got a top defense. I got a top defense, but we're 2 different levels. But I get it. Defense is as far as statistics and things. It looks good. It sounds good. But for example, I'll give you an example for me.
Yeah,
my defense has been rocking all season. It's cool. I can't score. It is what it is. All my games have been close, except when I played Cam. This motherfucker was just throwing up and down the field, up and down the field. You would think my defense that's ranked like with 5th or 6th or top 10, but you would think they were like 27. and I just couldn't. It was no way. I'm offensively challenged anyway, but let's say I averaged 21 points a game. That wouldn't even be enough to even compete, because he dropped like fucking 30 something on me.
Yeah, in a win. Well, yeah, it's just tough. These offensive users, these high-powered offensive users, are really tough to stop, even for people who play sound defense.
Yeah.
And one of the misleading things about defensive stats that I've learned in all the years of being ranked, amongst like the top half of the league in defense, it can be misleading because you got to realize you're not always facing the top tier teams. Even if you're coming in first place all the time, or coming in second place all the time in your division, you still have to face, the third, fourth, and the second, third, fourth place in 2 different divisions every year.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're getting fat on that third and fourth place in those divisions, where you hold. They're the team that you shut down. The one time you played in the season, or you held them to 150 yards passing and 3 interceptions. Those are the guys that you're getting your defensive stats fat off of. Where, okay, cool. Then you walk into Atlanta to go play against Cam Bam, and boom, 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 28 points on the board, and it's not even second quarter yet.
And it's funny because, like, I noticed, like, with Cam Bam, I mean, I wouldn't say he has his bread and butters. He has his bread and butters. And It's funny because when he line up, you already know. I know 2 hot routes he's going to do off bucks. Like, I don't care what the coverage is or whatever. He's going to make 2 hot routes, and it's going to leave somebody open. I watched him when he played with Trevor the Panthers, right?
Yes.
And literally every single passing play that he did, he had hot routed. He had hot routed Julio or Ridley that same hot route, and they was getting open every single time. It was like Trev couldn't stop it. And it was one of the things where it was like Trev was going to have to bail out or send a blitz or something. But if he would have sent the blitz, somebody else was going to be open. It was going to be like they run them plays where it's like 2-3 people that's going to be open all the time.
Go ahead. Blitzes, like, y'all be running those man blitzes. I don't know how y'all do it. But yeah, go ahead, D.
No, we were just talking about Cam Bam. Meanwhile, he's live on stream right now in a CGI game versus the Raiders, and he's down 59-44.
Who the Raiders?
Jamer. 59-44.
So Jamer got 2 big wins.
Yeah, because who was it?
The Chiefs.
Oh yeah, he did. He did beat. Ooh.
Oh, Jamer brought a subscription.
Uh-oh.
He really got a subscription, bro.
Oh man. And at the moment, Jamer in the standings.
He coming in the playoffs hot.
No, well, at the moment he is 4-6. Did you just hear that? You heard that, Red Boy?
What happened?
Jamer is up on Cam Bam right now, because we were just talking about Cam Bam, the Falcons. He's up 59-44 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Fucking shootout, man. Hey, Jamer is known to be the giant slayer now this season, huh? Didn't he?
And that's what we were just saying. Yeah, he just took down Don. Yeah, now he's about to take down, potentially take down Cam. This game is definitely not over yet, with considering all the points on the board. But
yeah,
holy crap!
Is it on YouTube or Twitch?
I gotta tune in.
This is on YouTube right now. Yeah.
Oh, bet. So that means we can tune into it.
Yeah, it's in a streams channel.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, so just just to, I guess, give some love to the rest of the teams that are in the playoff race right now. One of my surprise of the season so far, on the AFC side, is probably a tie between the Chargers and the Titans. Now, the Chargers and Titans are both good teams. I guess more so surprised with users. Rambo, this is his first time back on Madden in 2 Maddens. So he, jumps right back into it, and he's already in the thick of a playoff and division race. So that's good for him. Welcome back to Rambo, and he's right there in the thick of things at 6-4. And then Chargers is Just in My Bag. Just in My Bag was a member of our side tree.
So you know what happened. You already know what happened.
And he's. It looks like he stepped up his game. He's got a good team. He's got a young quarterback, so I mean, it makes it easy.
But nice Madden too.
Yeah, he's in a tough division too. So good for him to be in there competing. Wyatt is in the mix. The Colts, he's still in the mix at 5-5. J-Mer, we were just talking about, he's 4-6, looking for win number 5 in this game against Cam Bam. And then Millie is really on the outside looking in at 4-7. So those are the top 10 teams in the AFC. And then in the NFC, other teams that are in the mix, you got D-Bev with the Vikings. He's leading the division over there. Millie is leading the division in the NFC East with the Washington football team. Dave Cool and Wakanda are at 8-2 and 6-4. Sorry, Wakanda's at 8-2. Dave Cool is at 6-4. The Saints are still in the mix. The Lions are still in the mix. Cowboys are still in the mix. Buccaneers are the only team with a tie over here. Wait, who did he tie with? Oh, he tied with Holy
Packers. Yeah, solution.
I be having close ass games, bro.
That game was pretty wild.
That was the wildest one of the wildest games I ever played. Ever.
But yeah, so I don't. It's this is a crazy first season. I guess. Do y'all have any predictions for how it's going to end? I know Red Boy said Chiefs Bowl. Who do you think he's going to go against in the NFC? Red Boy.
The game 836.
Oh my God! All right, Wakanda. Who's your predictions?
For the NFC, I mean,
for who's your prediction for the bowl? AFC versus NFC. Who's your prediction?
I'm leaning towards Steelers, Falcons. The two side trees. I think it's gonna be the two side trees.
You stole my pick. I think that's who I'm going with too. I think it's Steelers Falcons.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. But CGI.
Oh yeah, there will be a curveball. There will be a curveball at some point.
It always is. It always is, yo.
Can you guys read me loud and clear?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
So I think Don is going to play the game 836.
Shut up, man.
Listen.
That's what I think.
You're doing shtick for the podcast.
Seriously, man. I think Cam Bam has some holes. I've been saying he has some holes. And J-Mer might be J-Mer might be exposing them holes right now, man. I think that if the game and Cam meet in the Super Bowl, the game and Don meet in the Super Bowl, they got to be a good Super Bowl matchup, man.
You know who's a sleeper though? I can't say his name, and I'm not going to try. But the Saints.
Oh God!
He always
season one killer.
I would be so sick.
Yeah, when it's playoff time.
Season one killer, man.
Yeah, when it's playoff time, he always step his game up. Now, granted, that DM conversation that him and I had, I look at him different, but I'll give him props so bad.
What do you think, Solution?
We're not going to say what he said in the DM.
I'm going to say Chiefs and Falcons.
Chiefs and Falcons?
I think Chiefs and Falcons is going to be offense. I think it's going to be offense.
They actually play each other in a couple weeks, I think, in the regular season. So that would be crazy if they get to play each other. Oh my God, there goes Henry Ruggs, touchdown. He can't stop Henry Ruggs.
Bro, Henry Ruggs.
I told y'all.
You cannot stop. Bro, I know. I fucking called these plays with my fucking 98 speed receivers beating coverage the fuck up, and the quarterback can't get the ball there. God damn, man.
Yeah, I told you when we did the podcast, when we were doing team selection and stuff like that, I said Henry Ruggs is a problem. He's super fast, and not to mention his jumping is in the high 90s. That Bama is a dog.
And he can carry the ball.
You pay attention to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even consider that an attribute. But I digress.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't, you guys be your own GM.
You know it's Madden when Henry Ruggs is better than DeAndre Hopkins and shit on this motherfucker.
Oh man,
points a season high.
It might be. I don't think anybody's. I mean, somebody size scored the Dolphins with
64?
size scored 64. Yeah, so 66 is our new season high, and still
oh
not.
my gosh. I'm not looking at this game. This trying to make me mad.
Oh,
when I see people he caught that shit, son. That's gonna be blowing me, man. I
gotta play Jay Murr after this in G6.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's hot right now, so
he's ready.
He's warmed up.
Everybody be ready.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start to close this out here. With we always go into the CGI Sports Den, talk a little bit of sports before we get off of here. NBA Finals, Heat versus Lakers. As of this recording, the series is currently 2-1. Lakers up. The Heat just got a big win the other night versus the Lakers. Anthony Davis didn't score as well. The role players on the Lakers didn't score as well. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler had a 40-point triple-double. He was just doing the damn thing, carrying the team without Bam Adebayo, without Goran Dragic. Can he do it again? Can they replicate it again? They might get Bam back.
I think so.
They might get Bam back. Goran Dragic is a stretch. I don't even see him playing for real at all, but they're saying that he's going to keep trying. But
man, listen,
can't do it again,
if they're not fully loaded, like how they came in to the finals, I mean, because LeBron about to say, all right, let me guard Jimmy. You know what I mean? Can he do it? Can he do it again? You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy's good, but when LeBron locked in, and he feeds the Lakers. Him and AD feed the Lakers. You know what I mean? So with Rondo too. But we gonna see. We're gonna see. I think it's over. I think it's over.
I think so too. For them to win again, the Lakers are gonna have to play bad again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that's the only reason why they won, but it is what it is. Jimmy Butler, he played a superb type game. I didn't even think he's that type of player. I didn't know he passed and stuff like that, but I just thought he was just Jimmy buckets. But the Lakers have to play bad again for them to have a chance. I think if Anthony Davis comes to play.
It's a done deal.
It's a wrap.
They
don't have nobody.
Anthony Davis got to have another off game, got to get in more foul trouble. LeBron has to, play not like LeBron again. I mean, I still think Lakers in 5, man. I think the Heat don't have the firepower to compete with the Lakers, man. And like you said, man, Rondo and playoff Rondo, 2 different Rondos, man.
Yeah,
it just go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was gonna say Rondo and playoff Rondo, 2 different Rondos, man. He just turns it on in big games and is able to be a floor general and orchestrate an offense like very few can do. And LeBron is LeBron, man. And you pair that with AD, who is top 5 player in the league. Yeah.
And people forget that chemistry that Rondo and that Anthony Davis had when they was on the Pelicans together. And then you add on to that mix. You understand? Rondo at top 5 in the NBA when it comes to basketball IQ. Like that's one thing that people don't talk about.
He's a coach for sure.
Yeah, hey, I wouldn't be mad at. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at him. Chris Paul and LeBron had the best IQs in basketball.
I was just about to take a shot at the man, but I held it back. I was going to say something about Westbrook, but it's not even important. It's not even important. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. No. Because we was talking about basketball IQs, and then for some reason he popped in my mind, but I don't know why. Because that don't even,
you're not this. We know Russell Westbrook is a street baller that has the ability to play NBA basketball. He doesn't have an IQ. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a basketball IQ. He just is all heart and soul. You know what I mean? And I love him for it. I fucking love him.
Like you honest. That's your man. You being honest. Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But you know what? A lot of these players don't have high basketball IQ. Bron and those guys are rare. They're rare guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, in the NBA, you need to have solid coaching. And you see it. Like the Miami Heat, they have a great coach. They have a great coach, and they have players in their system. You understand what I'm saying? The Lakers roster is okay, but they got LeBron James, two Bama's that got high basketball IQ, and another Bama is probably one of the top 5 basketball players. Well, not probably, is a top 5 basketball player. And it works. And it works. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron can get all them Bama's right. Y'all can do this. You know what I mean? So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. It's like I told y'all before we start recording, it's not the same without the fans screaming, and that shit it hypes you up. Like, it hypes you up. Hearing the fans yell defense and booing, and it's man, it's just, man. I would love to have seen this game in a Miami building with Miami's fans.
Right. Yeah.
Towels flying, the Vice City jerseys. You know what I mean? Like, like that. You would love to see that, but we just can't. So Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Would the Heat be there if it was regular circumstances? I think the Heat came into the bubble. They're such a well-oiled machine, and they're so well coached, like you said. They took advantage of the moment, because a lot of people don't think they should be there. I always thought they were a solid team, but it's very rare that a team like the Heat with no superstars to speak of. Jimmy Butler is their best. Well, I think Bam is their best player. Jimmy Butler is the most experienced player, but I mean, you know, it's debatable. That's their 2 best players, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. You look at those 2 players, I don't see finals appearance. You know, on the regular circumstances. Now, Boston did choke.
Definitely, big time.
Boston choked. Sorry, all you Boston fans, but they fucking choked. I love it. And other teams just didn't come to play. The Heat came with like a business mentality. They came in to the bubble. They said, okay, this is what we're going to do. They accomplished that. But I just don't know if it would be the same result if it were under regular circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's hard to say.
I think a lot of players in general, particularly like, oh no, wow, he just scored. This game's insane.
Cam
Van just scored again. He's within.
Oh my god,
3. I think it's now 69-64.
Bro, this is wild.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
This game right here is an example of what I never want to be a part of. I never want to be a part of this game. This game right here would drive me nuts if I was ever in this kind of game.
I would swing on the first person I see. I'm like, I'm fighting you just because I just had a fucking shootout. These joints, son, if my defense was getting cooked like this, bro, oh my, I would cry. I would cry, son.
I don't know what I would do, son. I don't know. I would black out probably. But go ahead.
I got scored on was, remember, Silla. He dropped like 57 on me, and my pride was destroyed. I couldn't believe that shit. I said, I'm calling all my best shit. He's just cooking. He's just cooking. I can't be a part of that.
Oh my God.
Me and Dice used to say, man, we when we meet up in the playoffs and to go to the NFC Championship, it's the game to see who's going to lose the syllable.
Right, yeah. It was just like, this was y'all's NFC Championship because playing Silla was your bowl.
Pretty much.
But just to finish off on the NBA topic, I think a lot of role players and secondary players benefited from the bubble because of there being no fans and no travel and things like that. Those kinds of players in a real road situation or a real home situation, you know, usually they come up different, especially in finals, especially in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals. Yeah, those players usually show up different. So would a Tyler Hero had scored 36 points in the Eastern Conference finals in Boston? You know, he might have done it in Miami. He might have done it in Miami with the crowd behind them and everything like that. But would he have done that in Boston? A lot of people probably say no.
Yeah.
We'll never know. We won't know until next year, you know, hopefully.
Yeah, there's no way to tell.
Yeah. But yeah. So, but yeah, playoff bubble was definitely, you know, I didn't mind it, but the fan experience is just so much different.
Yeah.
It enhances the game. Same thing for baseball. Baseball is the same way. It was tough watching baseball this year, and it still kind of is, even when these playoff baseball games starting up. No fans, It's rough. It's rough. Let's keep wearing masks so we can get back in there somehow.
Indeed, yeah. Indeed.
Last thing, we'll wrap up with NFL football. We're almost done with the fourth week of NFL football. It's 2 Monday night football games tonight. But how y'all feeling about football so far? We had our first outbreak of Corona with the Tennessee Titans, and AJ Terrell with the Falcons got it. Player on the Saints got it. Player on the Patriots has it. Are we good? Are we gonna make it?
I think we are. Listen, if they don't,
what I thought.
If they, well, I mean, it was the inevitable was going to happen anyway because
yes.
all
yeah.
So it was inevitable. I just hope the NFL, are starting to work on trying to create a bubble. You know what I mean? Because it's about to start getting cold again. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely about to start beaming out here, and it's flu season.
Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it, man. I did say like week 3, week 4, outbreak was gonna happen, but I expected it to be worse than this. But they might actually make it through the season. I looked at something today on the bottom line of SportsCenter that said that Darren Waller and David Carr got fined big amounts for not following guidelines at Darren Waller's charity event.
Yep.
Those 2 guys plus 10 other Raiders. So I think if the NFL steps up like that and they're going to start fining people, taking draft picks and forfeiting games, they might actually make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFL is doing what they got to do, I guess, when it comes to situations like that. I know the Raiders in general got fined for how they handled things post game, and on the sidelines 2 weeks ago against the Saints. So
yeah, John Gruden got a fine. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope we make it. Not that the football team that I'm rooting for is making me want to watch them for 17 games, but I guess I'm not the only fan who would say that.
Look, we're not alone in that one.
I don't think none of us want to watch fucking football. Watching these shit show that we're watching. My
God,
I
don't want to watch my defense, bro. I don't know.
Like, y'all's offense is fun. Y'all's offense is fun to watch, at least, right? In the fourth quarter.
Man, listen. Forget offense, man. Like, we know Dallas could score. We know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see. I just want to see Dallas with a solid defense. I want to see us with a defense where we put the fear in somebody. We haven't had that shit since the 90s, bro. Like a defense that struck fear in people. We wasn't getting baked like this last year, but they did make good points. We don't have a Woozier. We don't have Anthony Brown. Our whole second. I mean, we're depleted on defense. You understand what I'm saying? But even still, like, dog, Odell Beckham.
Bro, we're giving up 37 points a game, dog.
Bro,
you're not going to win.
Bro,
you're not going to win doing that.
You can't. It's impossible to win unless you score 45.
But here's the sad thing. Our offense could do it. But, like, when I watch Odell Beckham turn a 20-yard loss into a 50-yard touchdown.
I've ever seen in my life, bro. That was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Are y'all serious, bro? Like, y'all can't.
He bakes us. Like, he does. Odell crushes the Cowboys, bro.
I don't give a fuck what he does. You don't turn a 20-yard loss into a 50-yard. Hey, listen,
like that.
Red boy, we gotta say it.
Never do no shit like that, bro.
No, you right, bro. You right.
Jalen Smith, bro. He is starting to be boo-boo.
No. Not the almighty Jalen Smith.
Jalen is my man.
I hate to admit it at the games just like you, and you're making a valid point, man. I don't know what he's doing, why he's not reading his keys, why he's not attacking the ball the way he usually does.
Dog, it was a play when we played the Falcons where Hayden Hurst literally just ran up and ran a slant, and like it was like Jalen Smith's foot was caught in quicksand. It was like, bruh. Like, you just let this motherfucker burn you like that, bruh, on a quick slant. Like, oh, man. And get DeMarcus Lawrence off our fucking squad, bruh.
He was nice, man.
Yeah.
Somebody told me he was nice. I forgot who it was.
Who said that?
It wasn't one of y'all. It was somebody I work with, I think. He was telling me how nice he was at the beginning of the season and he's going to have a breakout year or something. I don't know.
He hasn't had a sack in a game since last November. He's the highest paid player.
Wait, no way.
Yes, he hasn't had a sack since last year.
Oh, no.
Bruh, like he's the
highest paid player on the defensive line?
He's the highest paid player on our team, bruh.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yes. He is one of the highest paid players on our team. I think he's the richest Cowboy in Cowboy history.
It's not Zeke right now?
No, it's DeMarcus.
Damn.
Go look at his salary, bruh. And he is literally he said after this game, he said, our defense is soft. This is unacceptable. Bitch, you the leader on the defense. What are you talking about? Like, if I was a reporter, I would have pulled the mic away from that man and went to go talk to somebody else, bruh. What are you talking about? This should have said. But enough about the Cowboys. Josh Allen is looking like the best quarterbacks in the league right now. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. We can say what you want about Deshaun Watson. I mean, looking at that team, I mean, he's still an elite quarterback to me. Dak, I'm putting Dak in there. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But Josh Allen is baking right now, bruh. Josh Allen is baking.
Yeah, he is. It's really impressive. And I mean, to me, I mean, it just goes to show you that they built things up the right way.
They did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, they built things up the right way. You know, they gave him the time. They built the offense around him. They got him. They went and got him a number one receiver. They just did it the right way. They built his offensive line up. They did everything the right way in Buffalo.
And here's the key. They gave him time.
Yeah.
They're not like these other franchises that have a guy who starts, let's say, 10 games in his career. He's not playing so good. Let's bench him. Let's draft another quarterback. See, that's what stupid organizations do. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to get into that. But I just don't understand.
Technically, you can't name a name.
Why'd you say that? You just threw the layup. You just threw the layup. Why'd you do that?
Oh, technically, you're right. You can't name a name because they don't have a name. So you could name names even if you wanted to name names.
All right, we got to end the show.
I hate y'all, man.
we got to end it after that.
But no, my anger took over me, bro. But that's the way you're supposed to do it, man. What happened to letting someone play out their contract? I see all these bums playing every Sunday. Bumming the New York Giants have a bum. Chicago has a bum. They try it out every week. He's a bum. Who else? The dude for Cleveland. They try him out every week. He don't do nothing. I'm not gonna call him a
Baker. He just had a career game this past fucking Sunday.
Did something against our shoddy ass defense.
I'll say this. I'm looking forward to playing y'all because my quarterback may actually look real good against y'all. I don't know.
Hey,
that might be a good thing.
Here's the thing about Dallas. Watch me bust his ass.
If there's any team y'all's defense is going to shut down, it's going to be us.
Yeah, tell me about it. They can be like, I don't know what's getting into Dallas defense today, but they're playing all world defense.
Man, we'll be the fucking the fire starter for y'all. Y'all will fucking shut us down to 6 points. and then y'all will just take off from there for all we know.
Man, and I want back on point. And before we get off this call, I definitely want to shout out Cam Newton. Before he tested positive for COVID, he had them rocking. He went into a sweet situation, and they only paying Cam $1 million, bro. Like what,
man? That's all the other teams that
I think he makes more if he goes to the playoffs and makes the Pro Bowl, and his contract is highly incentive based.
But you know that's crazy considering the fact that players like Mike Glennon is still getting paid, guys. I don't want that to go over your head. Do we even know where he's at right now? We don't even know where he's at, and he is still making. a hefty check right now, bro. And Cam Newton, he took his team to the Super Bowl, was the MVP, and he's only making $1 million.
Former league MVP, you heard it. Case Keenum is making more.
Is it a conspiracy? Is it a conspiracy? Does he really have COVID?
I think so. I don't think they would lie about that. I don't think Donald Trump has COVID. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole
different podcast, maybe.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's a different conversation.
So we are going to end on that. But thank you guys for tuning in to this episode 8 of the Commissioner's Report, a CGI Madden League podcast. It's fun as always. Fellas, my commissioners, my co-commissioners, I appreciate y'all. It's going to be a good ending to this season, this first season.
Man.
Let's get it.
They just heard our live commentating the Raiders Falcons. This season's far from over.
That's good. They combined for I don't know how many points they combined for, 130 points or something crazy. That's crazy.
I cannot believe that. Oh my gosh, that just happened live during our podcast. So that's insane.
I'm definitely gonna go back and watch that game right now.
I don't know. Me personally, I would delete that stream.
Nah, Jay-Murray not gonna delete that.
If I gave up that many points, I'm deleting.
Yeah. If it was me, no, I don't ever want to see that shit. I'm burning that shit up.
They can't stream, but the Jay-Murray stream.
Jay-Murray did. Yeah, he ain't deleting it.
He's not deleting that.
I mean, it was his win too, so I guess it was good for him. Oh man, well, yeah, like I said, if we should be back. I don't know. We'll try to get in another episode before the playoffs start.
I'm with that.
Once the playoff teams lock in, get some playoff predictions in.
I'm with that.
Yep. We'll hopefully still have an NFL season by then, so we can talk some more NFL football.
Hopefully.
Maybe the Cowboys won't be 32nd in defense by then. We'll see.
The way this team's looking, the way they looking, we about to have the whole NFC East about to have top 5 draft picks next year, bro.
You right about that.
Hey, if you want to keep up, the CGI Madden League, you can follow us at CGI Madden League on Twitter. You can also follow us on our YouTube page. Like I said, hopefully some new things to come on our YouTube page very, very soon at Clutch Gene Intel on YouTube. For the Solution 113, for Red Boy Lightning, for Mad 88 Titan Thanos, otherwise known as Wakanda. We appreciate y'all for checking us out here on the Commissioner's Report, the CGI Madden League podcast. Be easy, everybody.